What's up y'all, my name is Parth Manyar and welcome to the Path 99. Today I will be reviewing the 2016 Mercedes-Benz GLE 350, which is one of the top dogs in the mid-size luxury SUV market, so let's get right into it. The GLE 350 sits in the middle of the SUV range offered by Mercedes-Benz. It sits right between the GLC and the GLS. There are a range of engine options starting with 3.5-liter V6 going all the way up to a 5.5-liter handcrafted V8 from AMG. The one we have here today is the base model 3.5-liter V6. Mercedes does offer all-wheel drive for a $2,500 upgrade, however I do not have it on this vehicle here today. The base 3.5-liter V6 engine has 302 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. This car gets up and running to 60 miles per hour in about 5.5 seconds, which really isn't bad for a vehicle of this size, and the exhaust note isn't too bad either. Let's take a listen. The transmission is a 7-speed G-tronic automatic with paddle shifters. The Mercedes-Benz GLE 350 starts at an MSRP of about $52,000. The one I have here is optioned up to about $60,000 MSRP. The GLE 350 is one of the top competitors in the increasingly popular mid-sized luxury SUV category. It competes against the likes of the Audi Q7, BMW X5, and the Lexus RX 350, just to name a few. Let's see if this Mercedes has what it takes to keep up with the competition in one of the most competitive markets in the United States. Starting with the exterior, the GLE has a very conservative Mercedes design, closely resembling the structure of the M-Class which it replaced. These new gorgeous LED running lights and turn signals look rich, and the curved shape of the lights make this car look striking even from a distance. The grille is classic Mercedes, and if you were to opt for any of the driver's assistance features, the sensors would be hidden behind the Mercedes-Benz logo, which I quite like because it removes the need for some ugly black box in the front of the car. Another neat feature is the Mercedes-Benz logo that is projected on the ground every time you open the door. Many cars have this feature, but it looks the best and is the most detailed on the Mercedes. They wanted to make sure that you knew that you were driving an elegant, luxurious Mercedes every time you opened the door, just in case you forget. Moving to the rear of the car, I again like the tail lights and the smooth LEDs. I also really like how the camera is not visible until you put the car in reverse. The camera will stay hidden in its little plastic case and will pop out from right next to the trunk button when you put the car in reverse. It's a neat little trick to clean up the exterior of the car. This car also has a powered trunk, which is common in most cars in this segment. The trunk space is decent, and even though the car is shorter in length than its competitors, the trunk is actually slightly larger. This is because Mercedes does not offer a third row in this car. If you want a third row, you'll have to buy the more expensive and larger GLS or buy one of its competitors. There are a few things I do not like about this exterior, starting with the wheels. The base 5-spoke 19-inch wheels are really ugly in my opinion. The whole car looks so nice and rich, and then the wheels are kind of like bleh. I also don't like this giant chrome bumper. It looks like some chrome lips on the car, and I personally feel it looks really weird and honestly kind of creepy. And one last thing is why, oh why Mercedes did you put these plastic vents on the hood? I understand that this is a sports utility vehicle, but still on this nice metal hood, you thought it was a good idea to put these plastic vents? Other than those tiny gripes, I feel this is a very handsome car. Nothing crazy sporty or outrageous, but it is an elegant conservative design. Something Mercedes has always been known for are their interiors, so let's take a look inside. Starting with these seats, which are in a color called ginger beige. They're pretty comfortable. They aren't as supportive as sportier seats, but they're appropriate for this kind of vehicle. Next, this steering wheel is just absolutely beautiful with the wood and leather combination. It's not heated, but who needs a heated steering wheel when you could just look at this gorgeous piece of art all day? The gauges are nice, but nothing fancy. Now moving on to the infotainment system, which is perhaps one of the most frustrating things to use. I know a lot of people really like the command system, but I really don't like it at all. The controller and the knob feel great, but it's just the system and this screen that I don't like. I really don't like the box around the screen. I think it looks kind of ugly and really old school. Like seriously, how many TVs these days have this thick of a bezel? None. So I have no idea why Mercedes wouldn't just make it a bezel-less display or at least thinner bezels. This drives me crazy. Next thing is the system itself. It's just so annoying to just connect my phone using Bluetooth. Like I have to go through like 5 menus before I can get there. I currently drive a BMW, and although that system is not perfect, it's a lot easier to use than this command system. I haven't gotten the opportunity to test out the new double screen layout Mercedes has been going with in the new E-Class and S-Class sedans, but I seriously hope that they're better than this, because I would honestly buy another vehicle brand than this because of the infotainment system. Now that my little rant is out of the way, the rest of this interior is really nice. The eucalyptus wood is the perfect accent to the ginger beige seats and the espresso brown trim. The heated seats in the front get really toasty and are great. Moving to the back seats. The seats are nice back here. One thing I do not like, however, is the legroom. This is an SUV, and comfort in the back is something I would expect, but it's just not there. I don't know if this is the way the back seats are positioned or if Mercedes was trying to make a larger trunk, but I feel more cramped in the back seat of this SUV than I do in the back seat of my tiny BMW 3 Series, which is a small sports sedan. Mercedes was kind enough to put these little knee slots, I guess you could call them, but me, a 6-foot tall person sitting behind my driving setting, I barely have any room at all, so taller riders won't really be comfortable on long trips. A long-term issue are with the electrical systems. Modern cars have a lot of tech, it just seems to break or malfunction the most on Mercedes. For example, in the 2 years that I've owned this GLE, I've had numerous issues with both the turn signals and the backup camera. Another thing I don't understand is why there is a price discrepancy for services from dealer to dealer. The dealer closest to me was charging nearly double what the regular price was for service B, whereas a dealer 30 minutes away charged the regular price and even offered me a discount. When I asked the dealer closest to me to price match, they were kind of jerks about it and just didn't say anything. Mercedes, if you're listening, I think you should do something about it. Overall, the car is a nice car, but I feel as though Mercedes might be getting away with a lot of small things like the electrical malfunctions and service charges because of the brand. Also, I feel like rear legroom could use improvement and the infotainment system could use a lot of work. The materials used overall are of exemplary quality and the car looks rich and luxurious. But with the amount of gripes I have with the car, there are better options out there at this price point. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Drop a like if you liked it and sub if you loved it, and stay tuned for more videos.